Hey Virgo, thought I would do a reading for your houses while we're waiting for that solar eclipse reading to be fulfilled on the 14th. I wanted to read for your houses because this is something I've always wanted to do, and I realize it's going to take some time to get an audience for that, but I feel like it would be the most accurate reading I could give. I've grouped the houses according to their signs, like the energies, the water, fire, earth, and air, because they're interrelated houses. All the houses connect, of course, but let's say we start with the 12th, 8th, and 4th. The 12th in Pisces, with Neptune energy, the house of escape. I'm using Susan Shepherd's Black Moon astrology cards to set us up here, and I got them for that reason. The 8th house, Scorpio, so Pluto and Mars energy, the house of transformation, death, sex, energy. And the 4th house, in Cancer, ruled by the moon, with roots, so the family ties, ancestral ties, blood ties, all that stuff, relationships, things that really, obviously speak of roots. I'm going to pause for a moment because my heater's coming on. Okay, I think we're past the worst of it, so let's get into a card for each of your houses and see. Oh, something flipped. 8 of Wands in reverse in your 12th house. The 12th house of what you want to do that's out of this world in this lifetime. What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you really willing to pour yourself into that costs a bit? And we've got the 8 of Wands in reverse. So that's lack of progress, no communications, heading back towards that 7, which would be a transformation, a promise to self. Something's flipping out here. Picking it up the way it fell. We have our own energy moon, well, water energy moon, and some divine timing here in your transformation house in Scorpio, in Scorpius, the constellation. Okay, and there we have sort of a Scorpio figure, the lobster coming out because it's safe passage. This is my happy card. I'm a Scorpio rising, so this is like my sun card. And so for me, it would have to be in reverse to speak of anxieties. For me, it speaks of safe passage. It's okay for things to be known. It's okay for things to be expressed, however secret they are. So things are coming. Something's being made to happen. That one's jumping, but I'm only going to take them a few. So we have some kind of missing gift, missing connection, missing, like a 6 is a gift from the universe, from God, from your guides, to make a 7 transformation possible, that promise to self. So either a soulmate or a deep connection from the past or memories. Maybe something's toxic, but this is in your 4th house. So we have 2 reversals and we have the moon, and so something is obviously working its way to the surface here in your water story. So in your family story, in your bloodline story, in your deep connection story, maybe your security. Okay, Virgo. Let's put that aside for now because we'll reference it as we go, because everything will connect somehow. But let's go into your air story, your 11th, 7th, and 3rd houses. The 11th house of Aquarius, ruled by Uranus, but also Saturn to some extent, the first ruler of it. Technology, innovation, invention, but also primarily, as Susan says, friends. It says friends on the card. House of legacy, what you want to do, and this 12th house as well, but what you want to do to connect with people. What's your humanitarian This would, the Pisces, the 12th house would be almost more creative, and this would be more pragmatic, for the betterment of all, kind of thing. But your connections, all of these houses connect to connections. The 7th house in Libra, ruled by Venus, so this is your house of partnerships, not just romantic ones, but certainly romantic ones, heavy duty ones, but any long-term commitments, justice, systems of, well, systems connected to justice, connected to earthly things of processing, right? And your 3rd house, Gemini and Mercury, messages, says the card, but also knowledge, ethics, community, passions, like the Lover's card represents Gemini, of course. So these things together, let's start. Let's see what's happening, Virgo, in your air story. What's in Virgo's 11th house? Oh, some kind of, is it a contract? Or, it's kind of my usual first reaction to that card, but there's a change, an official change. We have that moon. Oh. And we have the end of a cycle, the start of a cycle. We have accomplishment and freedom in something. In your 7th house. Okay, so your thought energy, your communication energy is being heavily, and we know that with the moon coming out in the transformation house. Okay, this tipped out the Knave of Wands. Well, that's a messenger. That's a fiery messenger, something passionate coming through. So do we have some formal long-term relationship coming together? And maybe they're what? Yeah, okay. Interesting with that 6 of Cups in reverse in the 4th house. But that certainly is echoed by the World card in your 7th house. Something's stopping and starting in partnerships. Okay. Let's go to 10th, 6th, and 2nd houses. 10th is Capricorn, your career, your reputation, your bigger picture, what you ought to be doing with your life. So Capricorn and Saturn energy. Then your own house, Virgo, the 6th house of routines, but workplaces. Are you doing things the way that you're best suited to doing them, that you like the most? You're working with the right people. So analysis and think, like stressing, worrying, all that stuff in that house as well. But yeah. And then your 2nd house in Taurus, and that's Mercury. Taurus in the 2nd house with Venus. So your money relationships, your cash flow. Okay, so all your earthly security. Those houses, your earth story, your own energy. What's in your 10th? Okay. A lack of perseverance, the entrepreneur card in reverse, going back to the 8th. Some hard work is needed. Some hard work is needed. Maybe you're feeling like you've lost a little bit of identity here. I've got 2 cards came out together. I'm a little iffy about. No, I'm not iffy about that. Okay, so 7. Well, that's interesting. So the 6 of Cups was in reverse in the 4th house, and here we have a 7 of Cups, a transformation in the 6th house, which that would partner with if you're going through a world phase, okay, and that new contract or long-term commitment in the 11th house, that truth coming to light. So, and then we have the 8 of Swords. Okay, it's affecting your finances, that's for sure. So something's happening in workplaces, but it is possibly causing, because it's all got to balance out, so that is affecting your career, the progress in your career, your independence, possibly. Yes, because you are struggling for independence over here in this 8 of Swords energy. Very much in your head about money. Well, Virgo, you're very used to being very much in your head, aren't you? So I wonder if there is some interdependence required here, because this would be working with guides, with God as well. And the guides are providing you safe passage over in that transformation house. Yes. Yes. Okay. And somebody's coming through with a message, that Knave of Wands. So let's take it back to the beginning and let's go see what's happening in your fire story. In your 9th house in Sagittarius with Jupiter, the house of faith and philosophy, the truth. The 5th house of Leo, which is creativity with sun energy, ruled by the sun. Self-expression, your will. And the 1st house of Aries, the self, with Mars energy, the force of will. Let's see what's happening for Virgo. Okay. So 3 of Cups in reverse in faith and philosophy. Which is an interesting, this is 3 of Cups, even though it's Cancerian energy, it also can represent the 11th house, where we have that new commitment. So possibly because something was ending and something's being narrowed, so there's obviously a spiritual loss here. Going back, yeah, okay. What's going on in here? But there's, you know, the 3 of Cups reversed. Something was there that there's a truth there that that turned those cups upside down. Okay, interesting. Knave of Wands before, now we have the King of Wands in your 5th. Strong fire energy. Somebody with a plan. King of Wands has a plan. And a good one. And so this guy, this person, male or female, or they, know how to get what they want. They don't just want it, they know how to get it. So process is there. Creative process is secure. What's in the 1st house? No, I'm not doing that. Go to the other half of the deck. What's in the 1st house for Virgo? Oh. Very interesting. The Queen of Cups. very intuitive energy. Maybe a bit passive, receptive, waiting, watching. So we have that moon energy. And over here we have this Three of Cups in reverse. But we have that Hierophant coming through. We have that Hierophant coming through in the 11th house. So there's a change up of the plan. But this plan is good. He's in the upright. What's interesting is the Eight of Wands in reverse back in the 12th house, not wanting to go. Eight of Wands and the Eight of Swords, trapped financially. But again, the transformation. Well, I would say somebody's waiting. What are the major... This one's actually stumping me. I don't even think it's just the World, the Hierophant, and the Moon. The World, the Hierophant, and the Moon. Primarily 7th, 11th, and 8th. So a partnership. Yep, something's ending, something's beginning. Okay. Alright, Virgo. I hope this all makes sense, and I will be back soon. In the meantime, much love.